Hi, I'm Rob Grosboll with the Painter's House. Today's project is exterior paint preparation. You might be able to see the structure behind me. It's already been painted, so it is a refinish project. Lots of different things that you're going to see on this project. Probably the single most important was the first step we did, and that was pressure washing. If you haven't seen that video, you can keyword search Rob Grosboll on Google, and you should find YouTube videos or me on Facebook as well. In any event, it shows you how to pressure wash and how to clean the surface to make sure you're ready for paint. So we've done that step. Now we're at the next step, which is, okay, you've washed it, you've got off as much of the loose paint as you can get off. Now how do you prep it? So today's episode we're going to show you exactly how to do that, and this step is probably, as I mentioned, the most important step you're going to do for your paint finish. If you can get this step right, the finished paint will adhere to it correctly, and it'll make a product that will last pretty much as long as you want it to last. Chances are you'll have to change the color before you actually need to repaint the surface. Alright, so what we're looking at here is just, it looks like a 1x2 that has loose flaking paint, as you can see here. So we'll go through, we'll scrape this off. You can use a putty knife, you could use other scraper tools, whatever it might be, but something that has a hard metal blade, and scrape off any of this loose debris. Then we'll sand it, and then we'll put some primer on it. Here is the 1x2 that we finished. You can see all the peeling paint is gone, and we have a nice uniform seal throughout. You can see a little bit of the wood kind of shining through or showing through, which is okay. The finished paint will cover that up real nicely. So right now we're looking at the bottom of a garage door frame. You can see that we've pressure washed. The majority of the loose paint has already been removed, and now we'll go through and we'll scrape, sand, and prime this, and put a nice seal on it so that when we put the finish coat you won't be able to see that. Here's the leg of the garage door jamb. Same thing. You see a little bit of the wood showing through, but the finished paint will cover that very nicely. Okay, we're looking at pre-primed masonite siding that has already been painted once, and hopefully this will show up on video, but you start to see those wide cracks underneath that lip. That is all going to need to be filled, and what we'll do is we'll go through with the primer, we'll go through and scrape it. We'll sand it, then we'll fill most of those cracks and crevices with the primer paint, which is a Zinsser 123. Alright, here is the pre-primed masonite siding that's already been finished, but that edge that was kind of splitting open, you can see kind of what it looks like now. Completely filled. Now as I go through and actually spray this, I spray, the machine we use pumps out about 0.85 gallons per minute. So we're putting almost a gallon of paint on a minute, so with a nice seal like that and the uniformity of the seal, it'll create a great moisture and weather barrier. It should easily last for years. This is what the finished product looks like, or at least the exterior maintenance preparation part looks like. So before we get into finished paint, that's exactly what we'll do. All of the weird patchiness will not show up at all. I spray 2 coats of finish. So if you're going to do this on your own, maybe you're going to brush it, definitely just make sure you use enough material to cover through your primer. Okay, so some final thoughts on exterior paint preparation. Without a doubt, the single most important step you will do is your paint preparation. And many times people want to shortcut this, they don't want to deal with the issues of it. It does kind of suck, I mean there's no way around it. On a refinish project you're going to spend a lot more time than on a new finish project, but both you start the same way. So the first thing we did is we pressure wash. We try to get a nice clean surface, make sure we get all the loose debris and all the things that we can get off with the pressure water off. And the next step is what we did today, and that is how you prepare that, how you actually seal that unprimed wood, how you close up those grains so that it's sealed and protected against the weather. So as you're thinking about an exterior finish, all you need to really be concerned with is that the exterior finish is sealed completely. So the grains of the wood, little cracks, little crevices, we get some primer on there, we have some maybe some caulking, whatever the case may be, but we try to seal that one surface and then we put a finish paint over the top of it. So today's episode we haven't dealt with any of the finish paint, that is to come, but we have prepped that surface and it is ready for a finished paint. So as you're prepping, just make sure you're scraping, getting all the loose debris off, that you put a nice coat of primer. Don't chintz on the primer, use a good quality product. The products I use come from Diamond Vogel Paints, and the particular primer I use is a Zinsser 123 exterior primer. great stain killer. It's an acrylic based primer, so it's got a fantastic weathering ability, and that's what I put on all of my paint preparation projects. So hopefully this has been an informative, informational video. Hopefully you're able to use it and able to complete some of your own projects, and in the event that you're not, this is a service of the Painter's House, and we'd love to treat your house like our house.